Okay, guys, so it's been a while since I've done a video. I've been totally off grid and I didn't have a generator. And my camera in our travels, I somehow misplaced the battery. So I've ordered a new one and I've got to wait. Oh, whoops. And so hopefully that'll be here within the next couple weeks. But with this whole coronavirus and Amazon, you know how everything's on back order. So, anyways, I'm here today. I'm gonna give you a little rundown of our crazy RV day. It started off pretty wacky. So we've been boondocking on this man's land, and um, we had no water or anything. We had our solar panels, of course, and so we've had electricity, and we've had water that I've gone to town to get. But now with this coronavirus, they people aren't allowed to travel in RVs anymore, so there's nowhere for me to fill up water or dump my tanks. And I was talking with the owner of the property I was on, and I was explaining that we don't have proper service where we were stationed. So he offered me a pad that he used to rent out to a friend before they moved down south. And it has hydro and water and sewage hookups. And I was like, well, I don't really want to be paying. Like, this is why I don't have a lot of money right now. And this is kind of why I'm boondocking. And he's like, no, no, no. You go here, you just pay for power. And it's like 20 bucks a month. I was like, that's a steal of a deal. Okay, done. So we moved our RV yesterday. We packed up all our wood, everything, moved our RV to hook up and to our new spot. Only to find out that my sewage pipe for draining doesn't properly hook up to their septic system. So I had to wait and find a part today. So this morning, first thing I do is I went into town and I hit up the hardware store, and luckily they had the part I needed. So I went and got that part and cut up an old pipe, sewage pipe, and wound up kind of jimmy rigging together what I needed in order for it to fit into the septic tank. So that's all fine and dandy. So I open up the valves to let the gray water tank and the black water tank open. And as I'm doing that, it empties, and I go check in my monitor that tells me the levels in my RV of my gray water, my black tank. It tells me how much gas I have, the battery life, all that kind of stuff. And it's telling me that my black water tank is still full. And I'm like, fuck. So I look inside, I turn off the water, and I look inside with a flashlight so I can see down there, and there is an enormous amount of shit. And I'm trying to think to myself, I'm like, I just dumped this a couple days ago. And I thought back, and I was telling him about how I bought this RV from this guy. And, there's little quirks and stuff. And when I bought it, the RV tank was completely full of this dude's shit. And not to be light, but it fucking nasty. Anyways, it was part of the deal that I got. And he didn't want to dump it before I picked up the RV. So what we're thinking happened is this, because the RV was sitting for so long, that shit just kind of dried up and has been stuck in the tank. And every time I have used it, it wasn't properly being moved around because it was corroded in there. What I should have done is, when I first got it, rinsed it out. But again, I'm new to this life, so I didn't know. So long story short, I ended up doing the hot water method. So what you do is you take boiling water in pots and you pour it down, you dump it down the drain into the toilet, into the black water tank, and you let it sit for hours, if not overnight. So I let it sit for about 4 or 5 hours. Nothing happened. It's still gross. There's still a mountain of fucking shit in there. All the stuff that me and Azzy have done, that went out. But there's all this other crap in there. So I continue to try to do this method. I'm grabbing a stick, trying to move shit around, literally. And it's not going down. So I end up going to Boris, and I was like, hey, look, I don't know what to do here. Can you give me some advice? So he gives me a snake. And it's not one of the pull snakes that you just feed in and kind of jiggle around and you can pull it out. No, he gives me an electric one. I've never used one of those before. So it's this big like cord that's about this thick with a metal dangly pieces of wire on the end, so that catches all the shit and like pulls out whatever's stuck in the pipe. So I put this thing in and I step on the pedal and I'm feeding it and feeding it, and what happens is it gets stuck in the damn pipe, because what happens is in the toilet there is, the pipe goes down and then the black tank's flat and then there's another curved, and it just kind of winds down and snakes out. It doesn't just go straight down. Not in this RV anyways. So I put this electric snake in and I step on the pedal. Yeah, get stuck. I'm trying to ream it out. And I stepped off the pedal, but I wound up stepping backwards while I'm trying to pull the damn thing out. And of course, I step onto the damn pedal, so it makes it all worse, only to cover myself in fucking fecal matter. Ugh. So gross. Like, worst fucking thing ever. So I'm in there. My poor daughter's in there with me as he's in there. And she's trying to help me. We're both covered in fucking human shit. I finally said, screw this thing. We got it out. Finally got it out after struggling with it for about 40 minutes. We got it out of the damn pipe, thank God. And both took some showers, like a few showers. And then I wound up finding Boris. And I'm like, hey, that did not work. And I'm not trying it again because I refuse to have shit all over me. And he's laughing his ass off, which I can see why. Like, I'm freaking laughing about it. And so he comes over and he actually runs septic HVAC. So he tries to he hooks up his HVAC truck and he's trying to suck it out from the outside. Nothing's coming out. And you would think from that high powered, like he had it revved up trying to suck whatever was out of there. Yeah, it wasn't coming out. So I had to learn how to take out the toilet, and the toilet that I have water runs through it. So I had to unhook the back, and there's a little valve. You have to turn the water off, and then there's a little valve that you unscrew to take the pipes off, the water pipes. So I had to drain those, and then on either side of the toilet on the bottom, there are bolts. So you have to take the bolts off, and I took the toilet completely off, and then we wound up doing the HVAC from up top down into the toilet inside. And then finally, after hours of all that crap, we finally got it cleaned out, and now it's running smoothly and nothing's stuck in it. So thank God that's done. And now I don't have to worry about that, like, other person's crap, whatever. I know what to do now. So that's not going to be an issue, hopefully, again. But on a light note, after all that was said and done, I wound up helping his wife, Barishka, and we go into town every day and we pick up supplies for the chickens. They wound up getting given a bunch of old greens and fruits and vegetables and breads and stuff, and grains. And so we go pick that up every day for the chickens and the goats and all the awesome creatures that they have on the farm. And on our way back in, someone had come onto the yard and taken a chicken and wound up going onto the road and slicing its neck and stomping on its back. So we were only gone for maybe half an hour, not even, because we had to go to town back, like really quick. It's not far. It's about a 10-minute drive, not even 5 minutes max. I don't know, not long. So chicken's still warm. We see it. I pick it up. I put it into a bag, and she asked me if I want it. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'd love a chicken, but you got to teach me how to actually do the proper procedures. So I didn't have my phone on me while all this stuff was happening, but I ended up blanching the chicken in hot water and then plucking all the feathers off and then peeling the skin, because the skin's really fatty, and then that's where like all the diseases and everything, like salmonella, that's where majority of it comes from. So I wound up doing that and then cutting through the cartilage and the bones and chopping it all up, taking out the insides, all the guts and everything, and chopped the head off, gave it to Delilah. She was super stoked. She was happy as a pig in shit, literally. And now I have the carcass boiling because I'm making some broth, and we breaded some the chicken breast and made that up for dinner, which was awesome. And yeah, so that was quite the experience. Next time I butcher a chicken, I'm going to have a video of me doing it and showing the steps. But it was kind of literally last minute. We had to get it dealt with. But from there, Barishka offered Azariah her own chicken because Azzy's been asking about learning how to tend to the chickens and the goats and, again, all the other animals, and wanting to learn about farming and how to garden and raise all the animals. And so she has this one chicken that's a special needs chicken. When it was a baby, it ended up being smushed, so its back leg was crushed, and it doesn't walk, and it's just about to start laying eggs. She's just old enough, but she needs to be kept away from the chicken coop because she can't protect herself and get away because she can't walk properly. But she's perfectly healthy, so she offered Azariah her own chicken. So Azzy can tend to the chicken, feed it, water it, clean its pen, and then we can collect eggs from it. And the whole reason why she's doing that is because where the chicken is right now, she has it in the incubator where they put all the eggs that are going to hatch. And they have a bunch of chicken eggs that are about to hatch and duck eggs that are about to hatch. And we're going to get a couple duck, chickadees after they're born. We're going to get a rooster and 2 more hens. And we're going to pretty much have chickens with us in our RV because, that's how we roll. Right now we're situated, and with this whole coronavirus, we ain't going anywhere for a while. So we're going to build ourselves a foldable chicken coop that we can take on the road with us when we do decide to leave. And that way we can have chickens, and we can get the ducks, or not the ducks, the chickadees, get fertile eggs and things like that, and then start eating the roosters and keep some hens or sell some, trade some eggs. And it's something wonderful that we can have a good source of food wherever we go. We can have the meats and the eggs, and also, if we want to, again, start bartering the chicks, whatever. And so Ozzy's pretty stoked. We're going to go pick that up later tonight and get it all set up for her. But that's just a little bit, this is one day of crazy shit that's going on. So I'm going to start trying to do a bit of a vlog and do more of what's going on with our lives and a little bit of info when interesting things happen. And once I just ordered a new battery for my camera, because my video camera, because I ended up in our travels, I don't know what happened, but I have misplaced it somewhere. I don't know. So I haven't been able to set my camera up and film a lot of the things that I've been doing, because I've been tinkering around. I built my stove and installed that myself, and replaced that window up, that hatch up there, and a lot of other weird things. There was leaking with my faucets. But I'm going to do a bit of a how-to, and I fixed my fridge too. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to go over in steps later on, and just kind of show what I did, demonstrate what I did to fix it for other people that may just want to know. Maybe they may not actually ever have to use it, but just for the entertainment factor of it, just seeing what I'm doing every day. Because if I'm not doing one thing, it's something else. And there always seems to be some kind of interesting thing happening in our world now, and it keeps us on our toes, which is pretty awesome. We enjoy it. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a snidbit of today. So I'll see you guys later, and maybe next video Azzy will be in it. So yeah, you guys have a great day. Bye.